Once upon a time, our beautiful and peaceful planet Earth was attacked by the Martians. Who were they? Why were they attacking the Earth? To find out, watch the complete video lecture brought to you by Shivjyoti Educational Groups.
Hi everyone, my name is Daud and I welcome you all to Shivjyoti online classes. Today, together, we are going to study a very interesting chapter of English literature. It's chapter 10, Running Away, on page number 91. So are you ready? Let's go. Now we are going to get inside this chapter, okay? When two creatures from Mars arrive on Earth, most people believe that they are harmless and have only come to visit our planet. But when a few people try to communicate with them, the Martians flash a green light and silently kill them all. The narrator, who was also present there, is only saved because he is at a distance and escapes unnoticed. Terrified, he hurries to take his family to safety in another village. He himself, however, decides to return as he is confident that the Martians will be easily defeated by the army. So it looks like something very serious is going on here. I'm sure you have heard about the planet Mars. There are, how many planets are there? I'm sure you already know. So Mars is one of the planet, and people who live on those other planets like Mars and Mercury, we call them aliens. I'm sure you have heard about aliens, although it has not been yet proven scientifically. So two creatures from Mars arrive on Earth. So there are two aliens from Mars, and people, aliens living on Mars, we call them Martians. So aliens have come to the Earth and they are destroying everything. And narrator is saved. Communicate, you will see the word here, communicate, which means to interact, to talk. So when few people try to communicate with them, they had something like this in their hand. Imagine it might be something like this or like this, and with the help of this thing they flash the green light and kill everybody who came their way. So they are killing human beings, and narrator is saved. Narrator is seeing all this. Oh, who are those? Who are these people? Who? And but narrator is far away from the Martians. He is at a distance, so he is saved, that's why. And he's terrified. Oh my God, who are these people? And he ran away from there. First thing that came to his mind was the safety of his family, and it looks like he's a very responsible person. You should always care for your family. Have this feeling of care for his family. And he thought of them, and he took them to a safe place, to another village. So let's see what happens next. He has taken them to another village, although he has decided to come back. He is coming back to see how is the battle between human beings and the Martians going on. So let's see. It was nearly 11 when I set out to drive my cart to Maybury. The night was very dark and hot, but I wanted to know how the battle between us and the Martians would end. So imagine the narrator, he's coming back. You can imagine yourself to be the narrator so that you can enjoy the session more. So narrator is coming back on his cart, and it's very dark. The night is very dark and it's very hot. But he still wanted to come back to see what's going on. How is the battle going on between the Martian and the human beings? And here we have found our internal question number 1. How was the night? Question 1. How was the night? You can write this question in your notebook. Okay, so here we have second paragraph, second line. The night was very dark and hot. Okay, so this is the answer of the question. Back to the explaining part. The narrator was coming back, and he sees night is very dark and hot, but he's still coming back. So I drove steadily as the blood-red glow on the horizon grew more prominent and mixed with the black clouds in the sky. What is this? I thought, what is going on? So narrator is coming back and he sees everything, red glow on the horizon, and easily seen. The meaning of the word prominent is easily seen, and the clouds in the sky. What's going on? what's wrong here? So he's coming back and he's seeing something unusual about the environment. Just then a bright green light lit up the road around me and showed the woods ahead. A line of green fire passed through the clouds in the sky and into the field to my left. It was the third Martian. So suddenly he sees a green light which is coming from the sky. Shh. And there is all green light all around him. And to his left, into the field to my left, okay, in his left he is riding his cart, and in the left in field he sees the third Martian, the third alien. I am a Martian. I have come to destroy the earth. I will destroy you all. I am a Martian. Oh, so did you see that alien? The narrator is, the narrator is able to see the third alien, the third Martian, and he's there into the field to his left. He could see that alien and imagine how scared he must be feeling. Before I had time to think anymore, rain, thunder, and lightning burst upon us. So he then further says that before I could think of anything, first he's scared. Oh my God, what's that creature? And then thunder and lightning, boom, bijli, and it has started to rain also. Now what will the narrator do? Let's see. Please be with me to find out what happens next. My terrified horse raced down the hill as I noticed that something was moving down quickly in the opposite direction. So there is something trying to race with the cart of the narrator. Narrator is riding, the narrator is riding his cart, but something is there, and it is the third Martian. It is the alien, and the horse is scared. Horse is running as fast as possible. Let's see what happens. Horse is running very fast. At first I thought it was the wet roof of a house. Then by lightning flash I saw the things clear and bright. How do I describe it? It was an enormous tripod, higher than houses, stepping over the young trees and smashing them. It was a walking machine. So then narrator says, how do I tell you about it? How do I describe? It was a machine-like thing. It was a tripod, which means it had 3 legs. So there is a machine that has 3 legs, which is, destroying everything, which is crashing, which is smashing the trees, and, higher than houses. There is a machine, alien machine, maybe the spaceship in which they have come. So with the help of that spaceship, they are smashing the trees, and the size of the spaceship, it is higher, even higher than the houses. So imagine what kind of situation the narrator is in. The narrator is going through a very difficult situation. I watched in shock as another enormous tripod appeared from the woods, bending the trees to clear its way. It was rushing straight towards me. So suddenly he sees another tripod, another spaceship kind of thing, another machine, clearing the trees on its way. That machine is removing and destroying all the trees and clearing the way, and it's coming towards the narrator. Without stopping to look again, I desperately pulled my horse's head to the right, but my cart toppled over on its side and I fell into a shallow pool of water. So desperately, which means he just wanted to get out of that place, as soon as fast as he could, and he tried to turn his horse to the right side, because on the left side all those machines and aliens are there. So he's trying to turn his horse to the right, but he's unable to, because his cart fell down and he fell into a pool of water. So narrator is into a narrator has fallen down into a pool of water now. Poor narrator, bad things are happening to him. I crawled out almost immediately and hid under a bush. My horse had run away, and by the lightning flashes I could see the upturned cart and a single wheel still spinning. So, my horse ran away. The horse of the narrator left him and ran away because the horse is too scared, Obviously the horse would be scared. Why wouldn't the horse be scared? So the horse is scared and the horse is running away, and narrator is left all alone there now. And it's too dark. He's able to see things every time there is thunder lightning, which means bijli. So at the time of bijli, with the help of the light of thunder lightning, he's able to see what's going on there, and he can see the single wheel of his cart. The wheel of his cart is spinning. The wheel is spinning there. The cart is broken. The horse, the horse is gone. The wheel is spinning there, and the cart is broken, and the cart is down. And the narrator has fallen down into the pool himself. Let's see what will happen next. Here we have found our internal question number 2. So are you ready to write it in your books? Here we have the question: what was the enormous machine doing? What was the enormous machine doing? What was the enormous machine? We have a picture of that enormous machine. Have you wondered who are the people using those machine? Obviously those aliens, Martians. What was the enormous machine doing? I'm going to help you mark the answer in your book after this, okay? What was the enormous machine doing? Here we have our answer. The enormous machine was walking slowly and going uphill. Here you can see the enormous machine. It's walking slowly and it's going uphill. It's very heavy. So when it's walking on the earth, it's making sound. It had not noticed me. Thankfully, it has not noticed the narrator. The narrator was safe. As it passed, it howled louder than the thunder, ooh, ooh, and joined its companion half a kilometer away. So as it passed, it was making sound louder than the thunder. You have heard the sound of thunder, how loud that is. This machine is making sound louder, even louder than the thunder. So it's making a lot of noise. It's making a very scary sound, and the sound is something like this: A-L-O-O, A-L-O-O, and it looks like it's a very scary sound. And then later the machine joins its companion half a kilometer away. Companion, which means the person who is giving you company, the person you are with, your friend, whoever the person is with you. Imagine, I am here and somewhere, and there is someone else with me here. So he or she will be my companion, okay? Okay, so I hope you have understood the answer, the meaning of the word companion. I then realized a great danger I was in and ran towards the woods. I stumbled through the trees in darkness. As I walked up the hillside near the top, I fell over something soft. A flash of lightning showed me that it was what remained of our neighborhood shop. It was completely burned. So then the narrator has realized that he is in danger. Oh my God. Oh, this machine, that machine, what should I do? So the narrator he has started to run. He's running. He's running for his life. He didn't want to die. Obviously, nobody wants to die. So he was running to save his life, and he fell down. He fell down on something very soft, because he's freaking out, obviously, and because he's very afraid, very scared, and he fell down. He's saying that he fell down over something soft. I fell over something soft, and it's completely dark. Then he again sees a flash of lightning. And with the help of that, he is able to see something. And what does he see? He sees a neighborhood shop which has been burnt down completely. The Martians has burnt down a shop of his neighborhood, and seeing this side, he is even more scared now. Nervously, I moved on up the hill and entered my house. Trembling violently, I had heard voices from the Maybury Bridge, but I was too frightened and tried to shout or to join them. So people were running away, all human beings were running away to save their life, and a narrator wanted to join them, but he was too frightened to do that. And before that, he entered his house. Somehow he has reached to his house and he entered inside, and he's still trembling with fear. And this is the scene when, you know, this is that scene which we were talking about earlier. The horse got scared and ran away, and the wheel got broken, and the cart fell down, and the narrator fell down into the pool water. This is that scene. This is a picture of that scene. So I went upstairs to my study and looked out through my window. The thunderstorm had passed. The tower of the Oriental College and the trees around it had gone very far away. So his study room was on the floor above. He went upstairs and he opened the window, and he's seeing through the window, and he sees the college. He sees the college and the trees around the college. They all have been, you know, the trees around the college have been destroyed. The college and the tower of the Oriental College is not there anymore, because the aliens, the Martians, they have thrown them very far away. Light by red fire, the common was visible. The whole countryside was ablaze. Even when I peered into the red smoke, I could not see any people at all. So this is that common area which was visible from the window, and he could see this scene, that people were running away and people were dying, and Martians and these machines, they were killing human beings, and he could see fire there, and it was all visible. And you know, this word common here has been used for the common playground, a place which is used by people, which is a public place available for everybody to use, for common people to use, just like we have Samudaik Bhavans in our local city Kota. Such place, for that place, this word common has been used, common playground, the area which people use for ceremonies like wedding or other activities. The fiery chaos had once been my little world. I had lived in it, safe and happy for years before the Martians arrived. What are they, I wondered? Are they intelligent machine? I felt this was impossible. Or does a Martian sit inside each tripod, controlling it like a robot? So this was my world. This beautiful place was once my world. This chaos which I see going on there, this fighting and this destruction which I see going on there, was once my, you know, happy place. It was once my home sweet home. I have grown up here, and you know, I used to feel very safe and happy here. But now what has happened here? Everything looks, you know, it seems like the end of the world. And then he started to wonder, what kind of creatures are they? What kind of creatures are Martians? And you know, are they intelligent machine? Are they controlling this tripod? Are they sitting inside it? These are all the things coming to his mind. Suddenly I heard a slight noise and leaned out of the window. A soldier was climbing down my garden fence. And suddenly I heard a slight noise, and then I looked out of the window. And I leaned out of the window. Imagine the window is here, and he's leaning out of the window to see who is coming inside, because he heard a little noise which made him think that somebody is out there. A soldier was climbing down my garden fence. So a soldier was climbing down his garden fence, and a soldier was trying to get inside his house. Are you trying to hide? I whisper. And then the narrator whispered. Whisper means to talk like this. Are you trying to hide? When you're talking like this, you're whispering. So the narrator is whispering, and he says, are you trying to hide? He's asking this to the soldier, because they are both scared now. I am, come into the house, I said. I went down, opened the door, and let him in. So then I went down quickly and opened the door for him and let him in. What happened? I asked. We didn't have a chance, he said, trembling, not a chance. And as the narrator sees him, he's asking, what happened? What happened? Because the army, human army, has been, you know, human army versus Martians. There was a war going on there, and these army people, they were fighting against Martian. So this is one of the soldiers from the army. He has come, and the narrator asks, what happened? What happened? What's going on out there? And the soldier replies, he's trembling with fear, not a chance, not a chance. I don't think we are going to win. He's trembling with fear, not a chance. The soldier was a part of the army sent to talk to the Martians. See, here we have found our internal question. So are you ready to write it with me on the board? Who was the soldier and where was he sent to? Number 3. Who was the soldier? I think I should have taken the other green because it's too dark. But that's okay, I think. Who was the soldier? And where was he sent to? Who was the soldier and where was he sent to? I'm going to help you mark this. Mark the answer of this question in your book. Please don't worry about anything. Who was the soldier and where was he sent to? Are you ready to see the answer of this question? It's found on page number 93. Who was the soldier and where was he sent to? Here you can find the answer. The soldier was a part of the army sent to talk to the Martians. You know, it happens at a time of war. Soldiers are sent to talk, to communicate, you know, for the purpose of compromise, for the purpose of peace. So the soldier was a part of the army and he was sent to talk to the Martian to tell them that we do not want war, we do not want to fight, we want peace. So do you agree to, you know, do you agree to be peaceful with us and fight no more? But Martians must have refused. But the Martians had flashed the green light and killed everyone. Then they walked away. The soldiers had lain still till the tripods left. Then he got up and ran. So they went to talk to the Martians, but the Martians flashed the green light. And with the help of that green light, they started to kill everybody. They were not ready to listen. They were not ready to communicate. They didn't want peace. By the time the soldier finished telling his story, it was morning. From my window, we could see the 3 tripods shining in the morning light as they stood on the common examining the damage they had done. So the soldier has been telling the narrator stories. Imagine I am the narrator and here we have the soldier, and this soldier kept on telling me the stories all night long about what happened, about what has been happening in the war. So the soldier kept on telling me the story all night, and from my window then we could see it was morning, and we could see those 3 tripods. They were standing on the common. What is the common here? The word common here has been used for the common playground, common ground, like Samudaik Bhavans that we have, those community for the playgrounds which we use for ceremonies and other purposes. So those 3 machines they stood on the common, and from the window the narrator and the soldier, they could see them. The narrator and the soldier realized that it was very unsafe to stay in the house, so they packed as much food and water as they could find in the house and set off for London. Then they realized that, you know, soldier, I don't think that it's safe to live here. And the soldier says, yeah, I agree with you. And then they decided to pack all the food and the water that they could find in the house. They found everything, all the food and water. They packed it all and they went where? They set off for London. So they set off for London. So this story is an extract from War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells. Now we are going to talk about the question and answers and new words and word meaning of this chapter. So we will now talk about the new words that we have found in this chapter. Let's begin. The first one is communicate. I am communicating with you right now. To make conversation, to talk to each other, that is communicate. Right now I'm communicating with you. Okay? Communicate. Silently means chupke se. Okay? Silently you are taking out the ice cream from the fridge and eating it. That's silently. Okay? Terrified means afraid. Dar jana, completely terrified. You know, when a dog is trying to chase us and we are terrified. or when a street dog is barking, we are terrified. Okay, lightning means thunder. After first we hear the sound of thunder, and then we see lightning in the sky, bijli. Then we have towards. Towards means I am moving towards you guys right now to look at you all. This is the meaning of towards. I'm coming towards you, aapki taraf. And then we have immediately, which means instantly, jaldi se, fauran. Wheel, wheel is that wheel, tire that you see. Companion, which means a friend or the person who is giving you company. Violently, this word is from the word violence, which is a very bad thing. Violently means very angrily, and you know, when you're being violent, that's violently. Whispered, I'm whispering right now. Can you hear this? This is whisper. When you're talking like this is whispering. Then we have word meanings. Horizon, the line at which it looks like the sky meets the ground. So when you see far, you can see a line where it looks like that the sky is meeting the ground. Okay, when you try to see far away, you will see that sky is meeting the ground. That point, that line is known as horizon. Prominent, which means easily seen, something which can be easily seen. Fiery, burning strongly. Okay, fiery means burning strongly. Imagine the fire. You remember the fire that we saw in the chapter? That is burning strongly, something, you know, which is burning very strongly. Aag lag rahi hai, okay? Panicked, felt a sudden and very great fear. Okay, answer the following questions. Question number 1, how did the narrator's neighborhood look? So you remember there was complete chaos going on around his, in the neighborhood area, and there was complete destruction and war and fighting like thing going on. You remember that? There was total chaos around in his neighborhood. All the shops and the houses had been burned. So all the shops and the houses had been burned by the Martians, by the aliens. This is what was going on in the neighborhood, and that's how his neighborhood looked like. How had the Martians ruined the peace on Earth? Martians, the aliens, they had come and they were ruining the peace on Earth. And how were they doing it? Let's find out in the answer. The Martians had ruined the peace on Earth by silently killing everyone. They were destroying everything that came in their way. So they were killing everybody. With that thing that they had with them, they would there will be this flash green light from their machine or from their tool which they had, and with the use of that they were silently killing everybody, and they were destroying everything that came their way, the trees and the houses and the shops. That's how they were ruining the peace on Earth. Do you think the narrator is a responsible man? Explain. Do you think that narrator is a responsible man? If yes, then let's find out the answer of the question. Yes, the narrator is a responsible man. Why? Because he cared for his family and took them away from danger. So the person who cares for his family is a responsible man. So narrator is a responsible man. He cares for his family. How did the narrator feel about what he was seeing? Let's find out the answer of the question. How was the narrator feeling about whatever he was seeing? The narrator felt sad and uncertain. His part of the world where he lived had been burnt down by the Martians. He was feeling sad and uncertain. What will happen now? This is the place where I grew up. This is the place. This is my world. This is my planet. What is happening here? He was very sad and he was uncertain about the future. That what will happen next, he did not know. Because everything his part of the world where he lived had been burnt down by the Martians. Read the lines from the text and answer the questions. So I'm sure you have you remember this line. Near the top, I fell over something soft. What did the narrator fall down over? So narrator fell down over something, and something really soft. What was it? Let's find out in the answer. The narrator fell down over the remains of his neighborhood shop. The Martians had burnt it down. So the neighborhood shops were, Martians had burnt down all the neighborhood shops, and all the bricks and stones and plastic and whatever was there in the neighborhood shop, it was all burnt down by the Martians, and the remains of it became so soft. So imagine the kind of destruction that they had done. What did he understand when he realized that it was what it was? So he then realized what it was. What did he think about it then? He realized that the Martians had entered and attacked his neighborhood. This meant that the Martians had certainly defeated the army. So what he realized, that Martians had certainly defeated the army. You know, before the army was fighting the Martians, they were trying to stop the Martians, but knowing this, seeing this destruction, he realized that certainly the Martians have defeated the army and they have entered and attacked his neighborhood. This is what he realized. Then we have, what is the opposite of the word top? The opposite of the word top, okay? The opposite of the word top is bottom. The opposite of the word top is bottom. Top, bottom, okay? Make sentences. Then we have make sentences. Word number 1, present. We are going to make a sentence. Present. I was present in class that day. I was not absent. I was present in class that day. Okay. Escape. I've come to help you escape. Okay, you are in the situation. You are in this situation. Aliens have attacked and they are destroying. Hey, my friend! I've come to help you escape. Okay, escape. The meaning of this word escape is, you know, when you're trying to, you know, get rid of a difficult situation. Okay, that is escape. I've come to help you escape. Around, we were running around the tree. So imagine there is a tree here and we are running around it. Around, we were running around the tree. And then we have something. Can I ask you something? Can I ask you something? I have something to tell you. Okay, so I hope you have understood everything about the chapter, and just in case if you have any query, you can ask, feel free to ask later in the live session. This is it for today. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you very soon again. I really enjoyed spending this time with you. Peace be with you. God bless you.